Good morning, everyone. We're live from Houston, Texas. This is Thursday, July 19th, and it's show number 61 of Live with Captain Housekeeper. My name is Drew Imborski, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm laughing because there were a few people in the chat room before the show started, and Captain Terry wanted to know if I used XO in the latest video I put out the other day. And I didn't know what it was, so I thought I meant hugs and kisses. And now Captain Julie regrets not coming earlier to see what we were talking about. It was nothing naughty. Good morning, Captain Kristen. Captain Terry's here, Captain Julie, Captain Charles. So glad you all came. It's good to see you all. Captain Terry is referring to a video I put up. If you subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel and you've rung the little notification bell, then you were probably alerted I put up a new tips and tricks video, and it's on how to get the vomit smell out of your car. And actually, you know, depending on what's riding in your car, it could get other smells like urine and stuff out of the car too. So depending on what's going on in the back seat of your car, it could help tremendously. I'm talking to you, Uber drivers. Watch my video, please, I'm begging you. Anyway, so if you want to see that video, it's in a playlist called Tips and Tricks. You just have to hunt around my Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel. But in there, I suggest using an enzymatic cleaner. And the one I refer to, Captain Terry, is the one that I use for my pets, you know, especially when they were puppies. I think it's called Nature's Miracle. You know what? I'm going to throw it into my Amazon product page after the show's over, so that if you're watching this and you want to see which one I use, I'll just put it in there so you can see the name of it. Anyway, Julie says, I saw the vomit video. I don't think I will ever have vomit in my car, at least I'm hoping. You just never know, Captain Julie. You never know. You never know when that, you know, that right combination is going to come along and somebody's going to not feel well in your car. Oh, Captain Chris is here. Good to see you, Captain Chris. And Captain Beverly, hello. Captain Diana says, hi, I almost forgot. That's okay, Captain Diana. You can always watch later on if you miss it. Oh, okay, Captain Terry, that product you mentioned, vets use that one too, yeah. Enzymatic cleaners are what really will get rid of odors, especially in soft, like curtains or carpets, because the odor molecules have bonded to the fibers, and enzymes will go in there and eat those odor molecules, and you can vacuum them off, and then the odor goes away. Captain Charles, you're funny. Captain Julie says, I gave this video a thumbs up. Thank you. I don't think you were referring to the video, were you, Julie? Anyway, bugs me when there are more views. Oh, you are talking about the video. Yeah, you know what, Julie? It's okay. If you love the video, I appreciate any thumbs up. It's better than a thumbs down, that's for sure. I've gotten one, and it was about 30 shows ago, and it just took me off guard. I was like, what don't you like about my show? Anyway. Oh, Captain Terry says you can spray some of that enzyme stuff over the top of your litter box. Ooh, that's brilliant. I never tried that. I'm only down to one little tiny cat at this point. But she likes her litter box to smell like rainbows, so otherwise she boycotts it. So, I don't, Captain Julie wants to know what happens when you get more thumbs down than ups. Captain Julie, we will never know. That's not a challenge to anyone out there to find out what would happen. Please. Anyway, so doggies are at daycare today because it's Thursday. They always go to daycare on Thursday because in the afternoon they get a bath and their nails get ground down and their teeth get cleaned. And so they come home nice and fresh. You know, they take turns sleeping with me, so I like them to be clean. And it's just in time for the weekend, which is nice. But because they're in daycare, I'm going to take advantage of the house being completely empty today. It's just me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate between that man sweater that I have due at the end of the month that I need to get more progress on, and the master closet. because now I'm at the point in that master closet project where I need to haul some stuff out and put them on the bed. And my Labradors like to destroy anything that's not not hung up. So they would rip up a bunch of my clothes if they were here to help me. So, you know, I can't lock them out of the room because then they'll just put their noses under the door and whine the whole time. So I'm going to rotate. I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to try that timer trick. And I'm going to set a timer for however long feels good, probably a half hour. Do a half hour in the closet, do a half hour on my crochet project, and go back and forth. And I think I'm going to make a lot of a lot of process on both projects. I'm very excited about it because the next step in finding that Goldilocks balance in my master closet is I get to purge some stuff, which I'm very happy about. I really, really enjoy purging. It's very satisfying, so I'm excited about it. Julie says, no daydreaming in the closet. Well, no. I have epiphanies. I don't really daydream. I have epiphanies in the shower a lot, too. And I've heard that that's quite common because once you're in the shower or you're doing something like that, you can't really, you're kind of trapped in there. Nothing can really beckon you or anything. So your mind kind of clears. So, hooray for shower thoughts. Good morning, Captain Paula. Aloha. It's good to see you. Switching off is a good brain break too. Yeah, that's what Captain Terry just said. I think it's really, really important that you don't overtax your brain. It's much more fun when it's refreshed. And so if you can move around from project to project and make progress, you get that novelty feeling and you feel refreshed. So that's what my plan is. But on top of all that, we're having, record high temperatures here in Houston, like much of the country, I know. But my yard isn't accustomed to this dry, hot heat. So when I say dry, I mean there's no rain. I don't mean there's no humidity because there's a lot of humidity. It's very humid out and it's very, very hot. We're supposed to hit 100 every day for about a week. So I need to fold into my game plan a watering. I don't have an automatic watering system because we don't really need it. I mean, they're a luxury and they're nice to have, but the house didn't come with one, and so I never put one in. So I need to go out. You know what I have? It's really cute. I'll throw this into the Amazon product page too, because if you water your lawn, I really kind of recommend this. I have one of those tractors that looks like a little John Deere tractor, and you set up the hose that's connected to the tractor sprinkler, and you set it up in the way you want the sprinkler to move, like a track, right? And so you turn it on, and as it sprinkles, it moves. The back wheels turn, and it moves along your hose track. So instead of going out and having to move the sprinkler every however minutes, it'll do the whole yard in one. It does like an oval, and I can do the whole yard without having to worry about it. And then it has this really neat little like plastic wedge that you put where you want it to stop. And when it goes over that wedge, it pushes a button and turns the sprinkler off. It's brilliant design. I wish I had thought of it. But I'll put it in my Amazon product page so you can see what I'm talking about because it's really quite clever. I really enjoy it. So I'm going to do that in the front yard. Captain Charles says, I hear you. We've had water our lawn close to 7 p.m. and it's still hot, but at least the heat isn't evaporating the water too fast. Yeah, it is better to water when it's not at the hottest heat. Here go the water bills, right? Not used to it. Captain Pam in Arizona says it's 104 with 50% humidity. It's really good for the skin, Pam. Go outside, let it just hydrate your skin. When my sister Deborah and her grandsons visited a couple years ago, they live in a high mountain desert, and their skin just got soft. And my little nephew, he was just a little kid, he goes, Grandma, my elbows are soft. It's like, yeah, spend a week in a steam bath and you're going to hydrate. Then they went back to where they live, and then they just went, because it's so dry there. Captain Paula says, any ideas for baseball bat-sized cucumbers? Hey, you know what? Mine did the same thing, Paula. Mine got bigger. They grew in the back, and I didn't see them, and all of a sudden they got monster-sized. Yeah, so your hubby's picking some. You know what I did with mine is I made a nice cucumber salad out of it because then, um, the dressing on the salad keeps it a little fresh. You can eat it over a couple of meals, which is nice. But I just chop it up really super thin, and I chop up some onions really super thin, and I sprinkle it with salt, pepper, and some dill. Well, I had fresh dill this year, but if I don't, I use the dry dill. And then for the dressing, I like to use plain Greek yogurt and a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of sugar, and you just mix all that together and you put it over the cucumbers. And oh my gosh, the why I like the vinegar is it breaks down, it kind of cooks the onions so they become very tender and delicious. It's really, really good. So that's what I would do with some baseball bat sized cucumbers, but I would slice it lengthwise and I'd scoop out all the seeds because those seeds would just be too much for a salad or whatever you're going to do with it. The other thing you can do with cucumbers, of course, is put them in a pitcher of water and let it infuse the water. That's very, very good for hydrating. The cucumbers really help the water get into your system quickly. That's why if you ever get to go to a spa, they tend to have cucumber water there because you get dehydrated at a spa. So it really helps to hydrate. And of course, put them over your eyes. Hydrate directly. Takes down all the puffiness. Lots of things you can do with cucumbers. I don't think you can freeze them though. I think they go to mush, so don't try freezing them. Oh, good morning, Captain Karen. I didn't see you pop in. I'm glad you're here. So I actually need to pick some cucumbers. Thank you, Captain Paula, for reminding me, because I have some baseball bats out there too that I might as well just start eating them because, they're eventually going to start rotting, I would think. It's just so hot out. The pool is so clean. I was out there this morning, and I've had a pool service now for 2 weeks. I automated and delegated that, and it is just crystal clear. And I'm just so happy that I stepped up and put my pride in the back seat and just got somebody to help, because sometimes you need a professional. I realize that now. I was doing an okay job, and I feel good about that, but a professional really is helping out tremendously. Captain Julie says, before I forget, I got an email about those Swedish dishcloths from an outfit I sometimes order from. Are they like microfiber cloths? No, Captain Julie. They are actually made, they're a natural fiber. So they're actually made from cotton and sustainably sourced wood pulp. So it's like a cross between a cotton towel and a paper towel. And they feel kind of like a thick chamois. And you kind of have the same experience. What I love about them, and I've said this over and over, is you can wring them out to where they're almost completely dry. And that goes a long way in getting a spot-free finish on like stainless steel or granite or your cabinets. So I really, really like them. And I actually don't have to use any chemicals, right? Which is always nice. Captain Diana says, do they really work on your eyes? Yes, I've used them on my eyes, not today, obviously. But if I'm particularly puffy from being dehydrated, because that kind of causes the puffiness, if you put them, and what I find is you have to slice them really, really thin so that they conform to your eye. If they're thick, it's more just a novelty, and they just sit on top of the eye sockets. But if they're real thin and you can get them against your eyelids, it takes the puffiness down really, really fast. And this is such a hydration issue, right, around your eyes. So yeah, it works really, really well, Diana. 2 thumbs up to cucumbers. I actually have a shampoo that I use from time to time because I rotate, and it's cucumber based, and it's for the same reason. It hydrates your hair really well. Oh, Captain Paula's going back to work. Don't go back to work, Paula. Stay here with us. It's so much more fun. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Captain Paula is one of my vacation friends. We met on vacation in Hawaii. It was glorious before the volcano blew up. Captain Diana is going to buy some cucumbers tonight and try growing them next summer. You know what? They're super, super easy to grow. It's one of those ones that if you have a kid that wants to learn about gardening, you give them cucumber seeds because they grow and they thrive. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Pam. Can you hear the music in the background? Yeah, I have Pandora on my Alexa going way in the other room, and I didn't think you could hear it. But I have a channel that I discovered. It's called, if you have Pandora, it's called Spirit of Reiki. And it's like spa music. And it's Native American music, a lot of flute, that type of music. And I found once, I was vacationing in Albuquerque once. And I stayed at a nice resort on the north side. It happens to be named Tamaya. It's why I named my dog Tamaya. It's my favorite place in America, I think, is that Tamaya. It's just so beautiful there. So I love saying the word Tamaya to my dog all the time because it reminds me of it. But throughout the entire resort, they pipe this Native American Reiki type music. And it's interesting because when I discovered that music is when I was doing a lot of work for the Crochet Dude. So I had the TV show and I had videos and I had books that were due and magazine assignments were due. I had my blog I was doing. So it was a lot of stuff due all the time. So there was this constant pressure of beating deadline after deadline after deadline. And what I discovered is when I put on this Spirit of Reiki channel, which is, Native American, that type of music with the flutes and all that. What I discovered is I could instantly focus. And I don't know why. I absolutely don't have no theory about why, but for my brain, putting that on, I instantly could focus and I was much more productive. So ever since then, I like to have it on and pretend I'm at Tamaya. I wish I were there right now, even though it's so hot. Oh, Captain Kristen, you listen to that channel on Pandora too. Yeah, isn't it wonderful? It's great background music. It's great dinner music. It's just wonderful. Yeah, Captain Pam, that's how you spell Reiki, absolutely. Oh, Pam, have you been to the Tamaya Resort? Oh, it's so wonderful. It's on the north side of Albuquerque, and it's on a Native American area. I think it's a reservation. And they built a nice resort there, and it when you're in your room, if you're on the correct side, it overlooks the Sandia Mountains, and you would not know that you're in between Santa Fe and Albuquerque, which is a big city, a sprawling city. There's no sound. The way they positioned it, it's absolutely magical. And when you go down in the morning, this is what I did every day. I'd get up just before sunrise, and I'd walk down, and there's a bosque, which is Spanish for forest. It's old. These trees are hundreds of years old. You can walk through this bosque and you get down to the river. And when you go down there and you watch the sun come up, I did this even in the wintertime when I've been there and there's frost and it's freezing. The animals come down from the mountain and drink out of the river. And you can just kind of be there and be quiet and be one with it. It's absolutely magical. It's one of my favorite. That's why I named my dog Tamaya, because it's one of my favorite places, and I like to say the word over and over. So I have it pumping through my house. So anyway, I have that going. Well, folks, I got to get to work. I hope you guys enjoyed spending time here on Live with Captain Housekeeper. I was happy to see you all. Diana, just because you're in charge of your house doesn't mean you have to do everything. Automate and delegate. Beg, borrow, barter. Barter is a great way to get stuff done. You have something, you do something, you are valuable in some way to someone else, so you can make a trade. So if you need somebody to come clean your house and you're really good at baking cakes, just bake them a cake. Say, I'll bake you a cake if you come clean my house. Done. Then everybody's happy. Yes, stay hydrated. I'm going to have a lot of fun today. I'm going to rotate between my projects. Even though that birth date of that sweater is coming up quick, I'm still going to have a fantastic day. I promise. So anyway, say it with me, everyone. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. Central. Remember, tomorrow's my last normal day, because then all the plumbers descend on the house on Monday. So come back for the last final normal day tomorrow. Okay, see you guys. Bye-bye.